All right, what's up, y'all? Jiri here. We're back with another daily live stream on Underdog Fantasy. And hey, before we get started, leave a like, subscribe. We're at 99 subscribers, one away from 100. And hey, that's a big milestone for me. And I got a plan. 100 subscribers, 100 pull-ups in a draft. 20 rounds, so we'll do 5 pull-ups every draft pick. And I think that would be fun. I think I can pull it off. And yeah, we'll have some fun with that. Now, we have our boy, Nice and Blunt, on the live stream today. He is having a little technical difficulties, so might not have his camera, but he does have his audio. So, can you hear us?
I can hear you. I don't know if you can hear me. I assume everything's chill.
But, all right, so we got a nice little default Facebook image right there with Nice and Blunt. But hey, we're here for the audio. We're here to draft. And yeah, man, we're gonna build some teams that fuck today. Absolutely.
100%, bro. So sorry for not delivering, and this just speaks to how much of a novice I am on StreamYard. This didn't happen to me with Hames, and now I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I don't know how to fix it, and it's like, crap, I don't want to let you down, so I'll make it up to you.
It's all good, man. I'm brand new to this too. I had technical difficulties when I went on PPR Tyler stream for the first time, so it's all good. And hey, our boy Sweetleaf, what is up, man? Fired up Friday. We're fired up too. And shoot, man, let's get into it. So I was going to go over a draft we did earlier, but we need 2 more people for a draft right now. If anyone wants to hop in and we'll get that going. If anyone wants to sneak in here, I was trying to sneak in one before and now we're all filled up. So
sometimes
if you happen to get in here,
lobbies where you don't have to worry about people sniping you in here.
Oh man, speak of the devil, man. Our boy Sweetleaf. At least he's in the middle. He's far away. This is draft number 627, I think, for him.
Yeah, he's in a ton.
And dude, we got the 101.
Good luck. Let's go.
This is rare for me. So I'm happy. I don't even remember the last time I got the 101.
Are you just trying to get your exposures to Bijan, or do you have a pivot at 101?
I mean, my heart of heart always wants to take Gibbs, but I'm going to take Bijan. Like, he's not falling to 2 really ever, so I'm going to get my exposure here.
Yeah, it's so rare. I was like just not getting the first pick for a long time, so once I got it, I was like, I'm taking the Bijan share while I can get it.
I think one draft I did Gibbs at 1 just because I was fired up and I just felt like it, and I didn't regret it. I will never regret it. Let's go, Danimal. Welcome back, my friend. Always happy to see you in here. And if you're in here, man, say what's up to the chat. Did anyone else sneak in this lobby or just our boy Sweetleaf? At least he's in the middle there. So a lot of non-badges in here, actually. Quite a few, which is nice. Nice little change.
Yeah, the big board, I haven't been in too many where it's like mostly badgeless. But on one level, sometimes the badges don't always indicate that person 100% knows what they're doing, or like that in that specific draft that they're going to be the most sharp person in the room either.
Yeah, exactly. Like our boy Sweetleaf somehow doesn't have a badge, but has done 892 drafts already this year. So
we'll get it soon enough. I'm sure he's close to the black badge at least.
And hey, shout out Chado, the absolute OG. I will give you that shout out every time you're in here, my friend. He found the channel before anyone else, so big shout out to him. And hey, first time here, welcome, man. Maybe you can be the 100th subscriber. Someone has to be subscriber number 100. So
you want to
you'll be a legend. Hell yeah.
So go ahead,
man. It's nice to meet you. You've been in my chat, seen the streams, and you stream yourself. So if anyone here is not familiar with Nice and Blunt and his streams, definitely check him out. Post great content, and his drafts absolutely fuck. So happy to be drafting with you here today, my friend.
Yeah, happy to be here too. When I discovered your channel, saw the cats in the background, and just your vibe is super chill. You seem like a really dope person. And then also once you mentioned that you actually had some like legit success, I was like, okay, let's lock in, hear what this guy has to say. And yeah, man, you have a good vibe. I'm happy to be here. And this year, I've like really wanted to get a bit more into the streaming game. And I feel like expanding, just having other people on my channel and going on other people's channel, expanding like my base of information is really like my intention at the moment. And I've been reaching out to people. You responded super fast, and I'm glad you did, man. When I do watch your streams, I love your takes, and I feel like we target a lot of the same people. And I think, yeah, man, we can probably put up a really good team on this stream today.
Absolutely, man. I believe it. Like, whenever I see your teams, and hey, we ended up in the same draft last night. For anyone who missed last night's stream, our first draft, I was trying to be sneaky and get in a room like today without any of you sharp motherfuckers. And little did I know, NICE&BLUNT was streaming, and he was in there with a bunch of his viewers. So that totally went out the window. But I need to just pause something real quick. Best Ball Q, we got 100 subscribers. Let's go, man. That makes me real happy. Hey, quick shout out. Everyone, thank you so much. And if you were subscriber number 100 in here, let me know it, man, because I won't forget that. And Advinson, welcome. Jonas, my friend, always nice to see you in here. And it really does seem like the best ball community is growing. And I'm brand new to this. I've been streaming for less than 5 weeks now. My first stream was the first day of this contest. And man, the amount of love and support that you guys have shown me, and you keep showing up, being consistent, it means the world to me. So thank you all very much.
That's awesome, man. Congrats on the threshold.
Appreciate it, man. It feels good. It feels good.
On to the next one, bro.
Absolutely. So let's take a look at our draft here. We're just about on the clock. I think we go Chase Brown if he's available. And if not, like, who would you be thinking about?
I'm comfortable with Pickens here. I'm comfortable with Nico at receiver. I'm perfectly satisfied going with another running back. And if Chase Brown is still there, then I say we probably take him, but he does get sniped.
Now, can I entice you maybe in reaching up for two of these guys down here?
I love AJ Brown. I'm already sold on it. I was honestly going to try and sell you on it if
oh, no selling needed, my friend. I'm big on AJ Brown. And I don't mind a T-Mac. I don't even mind a Ladd McConkey.
For the divisional correlation, I'm willing to stick in the NFC South and go Tet. I don't have much Tet, but he was a top 8 pick for a reason. If that's who you want, let's do it.
I know you're a Chargers fan, though.
If there's one receiver I'm less excited about, it's Ladd, though. But I'm not going to be excited with Ladd.
I moved him up. I moved him up. Oh, man.
It's at least unique. I don't think it's terrible, but I have a few. For the price, I'm a bit more in on Quentin Johnston, but I'm perfectly fine with Ladd in the third as well.
Okay, interesting. Talk to me about that, because I think Ladd in like the third, fourth round is nice, and I haven't not been drafting a lot of QJ this year, so I'm curious to hear your perspective as a Chargers fan.
So the thing about QJ is I think everyone still kind of remembers him as a rookie, and all of his drops are just so like ingrained in people's minds, and it's so easy to like boo him and think he's ass. But the reality of the situation is the last 2 seasons, he has led the Chargers in receiving touchdowns. And from a spike week standpoint, he can get you 20 points just as easily as Ladd can. Ladd had a lot of stinkers last year. If you were in redraft and you were committed to Ladd, I'm sure you remember how disappointing it was. And I think Ladd's rookie season and what he was able to do in like specifically like week 17 or even the playoffs against the Houston Texans his rookie year, I think that massive spike week kind of inflates his price a little bit. And because we just shit on QJ so easily, I think that's where some of the disparity is. But ultimately, Ladd is a second-round pick. Quentin Johnston was a first. And although QJ still has a lot of problems, I'm not going to pretend like he's perfect. For the price, it's just more affordable later, and I don't think you're getting like such a drastic discount where like if I'm only going to target one, I'm comfortable with QJ. Last year he was completely just free after Keenan signed, and he crushed. So if they bring in another receiver, I'll probably backtrack that a little bit in terms of my confidence in QJ. I still think Ladd is better. I trust him more. But just from a price standpoint, I think it's a little bit more expensive, and not as guaranteed to hit. That's my take on it.
Those are great points. I think Ladd's value goes up if Keenan Allen doesn't come back to the Chargers.
100%.
And yeah, I don't know. To me, it seemed like QJ kind of fell off towards the end of the year a little bit. Maybe I'm misremembering, but
Quentin started to get hurt, and that
yeah,
I think was the main correlation to why he started to fall off a little bit. But in terms of like, if Quentin Johnston breaks a tackle, he can take it to the house from anywhere. And the more likely like deep threat option for Herbert is more often Quentin Johnston. When you like, if you watch every play, he is kind of like what the player they need most to succeed in order to win. A lot of their success is actually a lot more derived on Quentin Johnston's success than anyone else, at least last year.
yeah, that's pretty fair. He definitely brings a different component to that offense. Now, I don't have a lot of Devontae Adams, but at this point, seems
For
like
him
a
to
pretty
fall
good
here, I think
price.
it's a auto click for me.
Now, who else are we thinking here? I'm gonna let you make this pick.
I'm fine passing on running back. If you want one, that's perfectly okay. But I've actually, the last time I was in the 101, I passed on Lamar, and I kind of regretted it just because I don't have much Lamar. But honestly, like once we get into round 5, whoever you like the most, I'm perfectly fine with. I have way too much DeAndre Swift, so I don't want to take another share of him at the moment. But whoever you like here, I'm fine with. It's a pretty flat fifth round, in my opinion.
Let's you know
I'm
what?
fine
Let's
with
go
now.
with Lamar. Let's
Lamar's
go with
okay as
Lamar.
well. Let's do it.
One reason I pulled up Ladd as well is because I didn't. Maybe I should have waited for. We have Hurts available too, but I don't even mind taking Herbert at like the 6-7 turn to get a little different as well, and maybe that's still a possibility. Not a very common built team.
I think we can get an interesting value at any of the 3 skill positions. Whereas if we don't have Lamar here, I feel very compelled to double tap quarterback at that next turn, just so I don't get like boxed out of the position. And there are some interesting options with Lamar. Like if Likely returns to the Ravens, that's such an affordable combination that piques my interest. And like all Lamar really needs to do is just stay healthy to possibly be, a 40-point spike week type of guy when you need him most. Like, I don't want to have 0 Lamar Jackson.
Oh yeah, I like Lamar this year. I think he definitely bounces back. You get a new coaching staff, a new energy in the building, some excitement there, and man, Lamar Jackson in the 5th round as someone who can just get 35 points in a week, like give me that. And I agreed with Huhaim's comment. Like, if we definitely go 2 quarterbacks this early, we are stopping at 2 and pushing tight end, I think.
I think that's wise. If there's one position I'm comfortable waiting to the double-digit rounds to start with, it's 100% tight end versus quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And especially in these 20-round drafts, these people get real excited for their quarterbacks.
I just Googled it because I forgot. The new Ravens offensive coordinator, Declan Doyle, attached with Ben Johnson recently with the Bears. What's your take on that? Are you excited about that? Do you have any?
Shoot, man. I've never heard the name Declan Doyle before, but that name's got aura. Like, I'm a big alliteration fan, and Declan Doyle, that name, I like it.
I mean, Double
And
D is
I'm not
never
even joking.
a bad thing.
That's how I make some of my decisions sometimes.
If the vibe is right, lean into it, and sometimes just divine timing will line everything up correctly.
But hey, if you're coming from the Ben Johnson tree, like I definitely think you're sharp. And I assume he's a younger guy as well. Is that correct?
He is 29 years old. He's younger than I am.
Wow.
So at least some innovative, interesting takes. I mean, anything other than Greg Roman, their former OC before. Who did they have recently? But I know they used to have Greg Roman back when Lamar won MVP, if I'm not mistaken. So
I'm happy we went with Lamar, seeing Hurts go in the middle of the draft as well. If he came back, it wouldn't have felt quite as nice, but I do like Lamar on this team. I think it feels good.
I like it too. It's not someone I click too often just because of like he rarely falls to me, and then I've been trying to get him at an interesting price and it just hasn't worked out. But a player you got to mix in
Oh, wow.
a little bit. Herbert does get taken, so
Maybe Chris Long's in the chat.
oh, that'd be interesting if
I'm
that's
not really excited. There's no real running backs available, and I can't take Bashal Tutin at this price.
for the exposure. I want to take him occasionally, but until I get some clarity, I'm also a bit reluctant to like fully believe in Bishal Tutin. But Bijan as our anchor is not bad. I wish we got Mike Evans. Who you like here? Which receiver you like the most?
I feel like we take the falling value in DK, and I quite like Ricky Pearsall, which opens up a Brock Purdy share as well, which feels like a good value at the next turn. What do you think?
I'd be perfectly fine with that. I do prefer Pearsall over Pierce and Metcalf. With 5 receivers this early, we can also like get really comfortable about moving off that position. And I've been starting to like my teams a lot when I have 5 receivers by like the 7th or 8th round. 8th round a bit more, but yeah, I'm perfectly fine with this. We just got to move off of wide receiver for a while.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll be set at wide receiver. The running back value, maybe we could have taken one, but we're really leaning into Bijan as the number 1 pick, to hit our lineup 95% of weeks.
Absolutely. Of all the guys to do it with, Gibbs and Bijan, the hero RB strategy is probably going to hit the best with one of them.
And I think adding Kevin Stefanski is a pretty good option for that Falcons and for Bijan as well.
100%.
I'm sure they're going to add another running back probably in the draft or something as a backup or complement. But if Algier is out of there, Bijan, like 25 touches a game, seems pretty realistic with how Judkins was used.
Absolutely. Do you remember like when Dearness Johnson was a thing?
Oh, yeah.
That alone is like where my eyes just pop about just the potential of what Bijan can be, because his skill set is just, there's really no hole in his game. And the way Kevin Stefanski can operate is if they like invest a little bit in the offensive line. They already have a decent one, but like the commitment to Bijan, especially if Algier leaves, is gonna be through the roof. The potential ceiling for Bijan is not just RB1, but like in a real tier of his own if he stays healthy.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, going into his 5th season, going to try and reset the market as far as running backs go. I'm sure they're going to pay him this offseason to get ahead of it, but he's going to want to earn that contract for sure.
Is he in a contract season already? I think next year they can pick up his 5th year option, but
yeah, so I think he's going into his 4th season, but I think he's now eligible for a contract extension. I just know that because he was in the same draft class as Gibbs, and the Lions are talking about extending Gibbs.
Yeah, I did a minor like deep dive about a week ago on just like next year's expiring contract and like who, because at this time of year you focus on like who's a free agent, but I also was like, well, who's in a contract year as well? Like who's really incentivized to get the bag, and maybe some of those names are some good targets because like look at Devontae Parker, like someone that took forever to do anything, and then it comes to his contract season and he fucking crushes. Like that's a real thing, just the incentive of finally getting paid again. So
oh yeah, I mean even someone like JSN, not very different from Devontae Parker, but he's now eligible for his contract extension and just had a superstar year.
Absolutely. It's not like the end all be all, but sometimes if I know who is in a contract season versus who like maybe just got paid a year or two ago, it might be a tiebreaker type of thing.
Yeah, I'm with you there. So looking at our pick, do you want to go with another quarterback or do you want to go with a tight end? I think we get one of these positions and then a running back. I
think if we do go Purdy, that gives us some interesting options later, like Kittle or even just like a last round Tonjes if we want. I think grabbing a running back though is pretty important.
So which running back do you like here? I like the idea of getting Purdy and stopping at these 2.
I think I'd rather go Algier with the bet that he's going to leave, because like that's part of the bet on Bijan. Like he's not going to have to deal with Algier vulturing 8 touchdowns this season. because Algier will be somewhere else. So
I don't have a lot of Algier, so sure, let's do it. Let's pull that trigger.
Huhames introduced me to the like full bet on Algier. I wasn't really clicking him very much, but Huhames on I forget if it was on my stream or his stream, he made an argument that like really made me realize I was ignoring Algier a little too much, where he's still kind of young. He's about to get paid, and like whenever he's had opportunity, he's really delivered. If you pull up his like game log from like his rookie season when he took over, he was crushing, and then it was just like, well, they drafted Bijan, so like, what's the reason to give him the rock that much? But
wasn't he a 1,000-yard rusher his rookie season?
He was, and he was like one of the key pieces to like winning the whole thing in the playoffs that season. He had an insane stretch down the end of the December.
So thinking about his landing spot, where do you think would be an optimal landing spot for him?
I think the Chiefs would be really cool. I mean, obviously that's who everyone associates as like the best landing spot possible. I was a bit hopeful that maybe like the Vikings are kind of interesting to me, but if they move off of Aaron Jones, but like that's just so many contingent ifs. But I do think from a price standpoint, he's gonna be someone that really like pays off his contract, and whoever brings him in, I think is going to be one of the sharper GMs. I think he's one of the more talented and like young free agents that you can acquire for like less money than like the top tier guys. Like you're not going to have to pay anywhere near close to ETN to get Algier, but if he's in the RB1 role, he's fully capable of delivering RB1 numbers. Like he could if you told me he was like the Chiefs running back this season, I could see him as like on the year RB16.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. I think the one knock on him is that he doesn't really catch passes, which is very valuable in best ball. But he can fall in the end zone a dozen times pretty easily.
This is half PPR, so I do favor a touchdown producer a bit more than a pass catcher. Obviously, it'd be nicer to know he can catch passes more, but Huhames brought this up when I was thinking about it. It's like, was he that bad, or was it just Bijan is that good? Like Bijan had 100 targets last year, so like, are you really going to take him off the field for Algier when you have Bijan? Probably not. But let me pull up his college stats while we're
Sweet Leaf already got his 3 quarterbacks, and yeah, he doesn't want to take Aaron Rodgers. I'm guessing you have quite a bit of exposure to him, and might be a little worried that he just retires.
Oh, it's a very risky bet until the darkness retreat is over. But can it be one of the best picks on the board if he does come back and play anywhere? It should pay off as long as he comes back. I think he's got 1 year left in the tank.
Yeah, I don't hate it. What do you think about double tapping running back here?
Given our build so far, I don't hate it. Who's your boy in this range?
I mean, I'm trying to get more exposure to Emmett Johnson, and I think some rookie upside would fit this team well. And I just keep wanting to draft Tyrone Tracy. I'm getting a little turned off from the Woody Marks just because I have so much of it, and I'm trying to balance it a bit. At least I won't get tempted here, but I would probably take guys in this order.
I'm fully comfortable with Emmett. I do click Kenny Gainwell a lot, but I've been trying to take Tyrone more. I think Emmett, for the upside of like, just even post combine hype, his price might be going up just a few days from now. And then if you want Tyrone, I think he's good in this range as well. I'm comfortable with him. Is there any?
I myself just drafting. I think on this team too, maybe the early season production of Tyrone Tracy might help. Like thinking Scadabo might not be fully healthy, and I don't even think I've clicked Scadabo once yet. So I've taken a pretty hard stand on Tracy over Scadabo as far as value in these drafts.
I think your point is very wise given the rookie pair of Emmett. If he takes a few weeks to get going, like most rookies do, then having Tracy just from like a week-to-week correlation, they can't start all at the same time. I think that's a good combination to have for sure. I like that take.
I think with Kenneth Gainwell, his upside, I feel like, depends a lot on returning to the Pittsburgh Steelers, having the same role, and having Aaron Rodgers back as well.
For
He was
sure.
one of Aaron Rodgers' favorite targets. And, maybe we could have considered him because I kind of forgot we had DK Metcalf for a little Steelers correlation.
Mhm.
But, yeah, I'm not mad at that decision there.
I think he's a good click. There's like 4 running backs in that like 11th round, 12th round turn. And since we're at the bookend, we might as well reach that I'm fine with, that I've been trying to like tack on as much as possible. And it's Emmett, Kenny Gainwell, Tyrone Tracy, and J.K. Dobbins. Those are my 4 in this range.
I'm with you. Talk to me about J.K. Dobbins. Not someone I've clicked too much. I was pretty big on him last year before he got signed to the Broncos.
The problem with Dobbins is he's going to get hurt. Like, that's just inevitable with him. It's just every year he goes down, and he might not contribute to your lineup in the fantasy playoffs, and therefore, when all the money's at stake, he might be a 0. That's the problem with Dobbins. But from a talent standpoint, he was holding off Harvey considerably. He's ran for over 5 yards per carry on his career. The man is talented, and like,
very, yes.
I got to watch him a bit more intently when he was a Charger, and like, it's really just a question of will he stay healthy. But like, the man delivers. He doesn't catch as many passes in the Sean Payton system, but he was, if they had made the Super Bowl, he would have been healthy enough to play. So he was coming back, and with the extra off season to get in shape, at least week 1, I trust that he'll be ready to go. And I also I think the way he delivered for Denver and how they used him, I think Sean Payton really likes him. I feel most confident projecting him to play for the Broncos next year, and he's still pretty young. Let me.
Is he a free agent right now, or is he under
He's
contract?
full blown free agent. But
one thing I heard about the Broncos is Sean Payton's interested in ETN. I don't remember where I heard that or how legitimate it is, but I found that interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we could always get screwed with landing spot. That's always a big variable when you bet on any rookie or free agent. But like, I think he seems like a good candidate to return where he is. And at the very least, I trust that when he does get the ball, he will deliver from a yard standpoint. And he was their goal line back until he got hurt. He was their guy. So I'm really hoping he stays with Denver, but I think he's just a fine click in terms of talent in that range, that if he's on my roster, I think I have someone that can give me a solid.
Shoot, we might get him back right here.
I wouldn't hate that, but I also think we've ignored tight end for a while, where we should probably prioritize at least one tight end in this range.
Do you like Juwan Johnson? I don't mind taking him as our first tight end.
I do. I think he's a very safe tight end 1 from a floor standpoint. And
I also don't mind double tapping tight end at the next turn either, with like AJ Barner, Theo Johnson, Isaiah Likely.
Right.
There's some good value there too.
I think the fall on Dobbins is pretty valuable, and then with Juwan and our wide receiver combo, that feels pretty legit.
All right, let's do it. Let's lock in that tight end. I like how our running back room fell to us now.
Yeah, especially with the Dobbins circling back. That's not something I expected at all.
No, very, very unique team. And when you get Lamar, are you concerned with stacking him at all?
I mean, it's kind of hard to, if you're not getting Zay Flowers, then it's kind of hard to know who's worth it, other than like, clicking Andrews feels kind of gross these days.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm firmly Juwan Johnson over Mark Andrews, regardless of my quarterback.
Yeah, Andrews never gives you more than like 45 yards. It's like you need 2 touchdowns for it to be a good spike where you can actually win in week 17. And to assume that's going to happen is pretty delusional.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And shoot, I mean, there's reports that Baltimore wants Isaiah Likely back, but there's no way he gets franchise tagged, right? So I feel like he's going to have that option to choose his team. And man, if he goes to another landing spot, I think it's wheels up for Isaiah Likely if he stays healthy.
I think whether he stays in Baltimore or leaves, he is someone that is just perfect for best ball, where like you're going to get a lot of games where he does not contribute. But at his price, anyone else is going to have a hard time offering 20-plus point upside at that position like he can.
Dobbins to the Raiders. That would not be a good landing spot
That would suck.
whatsoever.
I would hate that. I would be livid.
Yeah. I don't have a big bag of Dobbins yet, but yeah, it's interesting to see where he's going to land for sure. The talent's there.
To get him to fall is a really good value, but
Absolutely.
is there a lot of risk? Of course.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, this free agent class is interesting because there's not a lot of like super high end studs, but there's a lot of like very key players as far as like these best ball drafts and fantasy is concerned.
Right. One of my favorite combos at tight end, and one reason why I kind of push, is pairing Juwan Johnson with like Travis Kelce, where like maybe Kelce retires as well, and like just like the Rodgers investment, I'm just screwed. But like, if you told me tomorrow Kelce says he's back, where do you think he would go?
Shoot, I have no idea. I haven't been drafting him a whole lot. I've been fading these older guys and injured guys quite a bit at the start of this big board season because, yeah, I feel like if I want exposure to them, I can get more in the off season. And if they're a couple rounds higher, I feel like that's okay. I think I played it maybe a little safe. And there goes Kelce. Wow, Sweetleaf with his third tight end. He does have Mahomes though.
100% justified.
But like in the 14th round, feels pretty cheap.
Yeah, there's
As long as the touchdown upside is there.
right. What are you thinking at this section?
I think we get some receivers and a tight end. A receiver and a tight end would feel good. Maybe Isaiah Likely for the possible Baltimore correlation, and then
a good click on this team.
One of Pat Bryant or Omar Cooper stands out to me. Pat Bryant is a nice faller too, and Who Hames has been talking me into him.
I have a lot of Pat Bryant, so I'm happy to take him. It looks like he fell a full round, basically. He feels like the most upside swing of the Broncos receivers, so I'm happy with that.
We could end up getting some Broncos correlation with J.K. Dobbins too. You never know.
Yeah, if that does line up, but
And do you want to take a second tight end here, or do you want to get a receiver upside?
I think,
or any running backs that stand out.
I think Likely speaks to me a little bit more, just because of how we built our team.
Yeah, we were talking about him earlier, so I like that. Good vibes.
And he can also go somewhere non-Baltimore and still crush.
Yeah, I've been saying, like, if he goes to Washington, that is a smash landing spot.
100%.
I think he would pair well with Jaden Daniels too. Maybe unlock his vertical game even more.
There's a lot of interesting spots. Like if he, let's say, swapped with like Kate Otten and went to Tampa, I think that would also be really interesting.
Bad influence or good? Hey, time will tell. Time will tell. Hey, I actually think I took my first share of Pat Bryant with Who Hames. So I don't mind catching up a bit on some exposure here. Like, yeah.
How do you feel about Cortland Sutton?
I don't.
So if you don't, then like who do you think would take his place?
I guess I'm kind of just a little turned off from offenses that really spread the ball around a lot and don't really emphasize anyone. I mean, Pat Bryant's showing in the playoffs before he got injured was really optimistic. But we think about Troy Franklin, who I think was injured towards the end of the season, and just other guys mixing in. And it seems like Sean Payton just always likes to add like almost no-name guys and give them 4 targets a game. So
his fixation with Lil Jordan Humphrey will always baffle me.
Exactly my point. Yeah. A little bit of a reason why I'm turned off from RJ Harvey too. Feels expensive, especially if they're considering like ETN or just another running back, and how Jaleel McLaughlin was used when J.K. Dobbins got hurt.
Yeah, there is no like true workhorse in Peyton's system anymore. It's really just spread around. It's almost like everything is designed to make sure that Sean Payton gets as much credit as possible for their success.
Pretty much. Definitely has some narcissistic energy to him.
100%. I mean, if he made the Super Bowl, I think he would just automatically lose because he can't use the onside kick anymore.
Okay, let's take a look at this draft board and start to think about who we want to double tap here. Is there anyone who stands out to you?
At running back, is Tank Bigsby still available? No, he got taken.
He got taken.
Tank is my boy.
I do like some Tank.
But what are you feeling?
Shoot, man. It's getting pretty thin, and I don't mind reaching for some guys here.
Which position you think is more important that we address?
Let's take a look at tight end. I'm not sure we're going to like any of the tight ends that come back to us much. So maybe getting a third one here. Dylan Sampson doesn't feel too bad. He got taken. I like Brian Robinson. We could get Keaton Mitchell if he goes back to Baltimore.
That is okay.
I don't even mind reaching up for a Najee Harris on this
Whichever
team.
running back you want, go for it.
You know what? I've been clicking Najee a lot.
That's fine.
And like after just seeing him running, that gave me some excitement there. And then do we want to reach up for a receiver? One guy I'm always trying to draft. Well, actually, Alec Almanor isn't a bad price
I'm okay
here.
with Colby Parkinson, honestly. I'm okay with Parkinson.
I like Parkinson. If he goes back to the Rams, or if he stays on the Rams and doesn't get cut, then I think that's a pretty great pick.
He had 8 touchdowns last year. Like, that's...
And most of them in the second half of the season.
Yeah, and like, I don't think Tyler Higbee is a thing anymore with them. Like, they were rolling out like 4 different tight ends for a while. And then once it like landed on one guy, it was clearly Colby Parkinson. That chemistry is not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, the Broncos should have been in the Super Bowl this year, but man, fate was saying something different. I still think they probably got spanked by the Seahawks. They just looked great.
Yeah, I think the only team in the AFC that was capable of beating Seattle was like the Bills if they put together a good game, and like, you know, that was a weird
Stowers. 45-inch vert is fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And a 4.5 140 11.3 broad. Holy.
Maybe I regret the Parkinson. Maybe we should have waited for Stout.
Wow. I have a few shares. Oh, look, he went. Stowers, Hawkinson, Kate Otten. So I'm happy that we went with Colby Parkinson there because, yeah, I wasn't too optimistic that we would like the tight ends back at this next turn here.
The only tight end left that I feel like safe in terms of floor is remaining is Pat Freiermuth, and that is also contingent on Rodgers resigning. So,
yeah, rumor has it that he might be like a cut or trade candidate as well. But I know Rodgers loves him. Like I remember hearing a Rodgers interview last offseason just saying how much he loves Pat Freiermuth and the connection that they have. So he would probably fight to stay, but they probably want to get Darnell Washington more involved, which I don't think is a very viable fantasy click, but shoot, if they move on from him, like why not?
Yeah, just because his blocking skill set, it's hard to imagine he gets enough targets to really move the needle. But tight end is such a fluky position sometimes. Last year, I was firmly in the Terrence Ferguson camp with like second-round tight end should be the guy. Sadiq was 4.39.
4.39? Oh, dude, he is way too cheap in his drafts. He's been falling more and more. I see him go like in the 160s pretty frequently. Like that's insane, man. There's some freaky athletes nowadays.
Yeah, I regret not drafting more of him in hindsight, knowing.
Yeah, I don't think I've drafted Trig yet. But hey, on the teams where I've got Kenyon Sadiq in the 160s, those feel great as like a potential first round pick who could go to Tampa Bay, could go to like Philly and get used. Although I think one downside, and maybe a lot of people would say this is an upside, I think he's 20 years old, which it's hard to grasp the tight end position at such a young age.
Yeah, especially given you're blocking against 30-year-olds and, just real pros. It's much different when you're blocking against other 20-year-olds. Do you feel
Are you
like we
feeling
have
a
a
seventh running
quarterback in this
back?
team or no?
I mean, is Aaron Rodgers gone? Aaron Rodgers is there if we wanted to take a swing at a
We do
third.
have Metcalf.
I think we have the flexibility for it if we wanted to stop at 6 running backs.
Are you interested in the Bateman stack with Lamar?
I'm into it.
Rashad.
Oh, he just got taken. We just missed out
Okay.
on him. I love Malachi Fields.
Let's do it.
And I would love to take him here. And I'll let you make the next pick. Do we want 7 running backs or a third quarterback?
I think betting on Bijan that much and the depth that we had, and like we almost took like 4 straight running backs at one point. I think we can cool it at 6. I think I'd rather just take Rodgers.
Let's do it. Like, this is a price and a team where Rodgers feels good on, because if he's a 0, if he retires, I don't think it hurts us at all in the 19th round. And if he does play for the Steelers, then we get a nice compliment with DK Metcalf here, and he's going to go up in drafts.
Yeah, that's ultimately my bet of like he's so cheap that even if like he puts up really mediocre numbers and you only get like 3 or 4 like really good games from him, it's worth the price to take the chance, because there is a world where Mike McCarthy does get that offense rolling. Like Dallas was like, or were they first or second in scoring for a while with McCarthy? Like,
and they have that connection too. They have that chemistry.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about our last, because I'm assuming you want to go wide receiver. I would want to go wide receiver and get 8 here. Would you feel more comfortable with like a veteran or a rookie or like a potential rising star?
I would prefer to try to stack someone or bet on a rookie that like we haven't drafted very much. Ted Hurst is someone that has crossed my feed lately, and I started looking. I was also thinking Devontae Walker quite a bit, especially once Bateman was taken.
Hey, I like me some Devontae Walker. He was on my Best Ball Mania finals team 2 years ago, so he's a good omen for me, and I don't hate it.
I think based on his like weird college eligibility situation, his rookie season was like so derailed, and then last year he wasn't like elite or anything. Not gonna hype him up too much, but there were flashes of like potential, and that's definitely an offense where like there's a lot of moving parts. They relied on DeAndre Hopkins way too much to not feel like somebody's on the come up on that roster. If Likely moves on, then they need someone like him, because Andrews is just not gonna offer you any deep down the field speed.
Yeah, and I think Devontae Walker could just take Rashad Bateman's role. Like, would we be surprised if Rashad Bateman's a cap casualty?
I don't know the details on him, but yeah, he definitely feels kind of overpaid
and underutilized as far as last year goes, I think.
Yeah, Tez Walker turns 25 in June. Last year, I mean, he only had 8 targets, 6 receptions, but 6 for 136 and 3 touchdowns.
Damn.
3 touchdowns on 6 catches and like 22 yards per catch. Like, if he does break out, it's going to be like a deep down the field type of thing.
Absolutely. And yeah, we're going to rip another draft after this. I'm sure you're cool with that, right?
Absolutely.
All right. And in between, I want to show a draft that I did earlier because it was inspired by our friend NICE&BLUNT. If you happen to see the stream I did yesterday and the team he drafted, I decided to take a little inspiration from that. So before we get to that, let's go over this team. Then we'll check out the one I did earlier today, and then we'll hop in another draft so you guys can join. So at quarterback, we have Lamar Jackson, Brock Purdy, Aaron Rodgers. Feels really solid. Ton of stability and upside there. We have our anchor, hero running back in Bijan Robinson, paired with Tyler Algier, who we expect to go somewhere else, being a nice compliment there. We have rookie upside in Emmett Johnson, early stability in Tyrone Tracy, free agent J.K. Dobbins, Najee Harris, some veterans that can just produce for us. I think that's a solid running back room and complements the hero running back well.
Yeah, I think we have a pretty balanced approach, and like because we ripped 5 receivers so early, like I feel super confident that we're going to get high-end contributions at flex, where like even if our tight end isn't always hitting perfectly well, even if our running back depth isn't perfect, I think our wide receiver depth is so strong it covers us.
Yeah, and at wide receiver, we decided to get a little unique. I made the executive decision pulling up Lad last second, just thinking that our boy would be a fan of that as a Chargers fan. But
I
we
don't hate
have,
it. It's just not something I do very often.
hey, that's okay. Me neither.
It's
But
worth trying.
yeah, we got AJ Brown, Lad McConkey, Devontae Adams, DK Metcalf. I mean, just looking at those 4 guys, they're studs in the league. And then we have Ricky Pearsall, Pat Bryant, Malachi Fields, and Devontae Walker. So I think it's a really solid receiver room with a lot of upside as well.
If Pearsall can just stay healthy, man, he could be one of the best values on the board.
I agree.
That wide receiver room in San Francisco is so up for grabs with Jennings a free agent and also like weird vibes with him. Ayuk gone. Maybe they bring back Debo, but I get more of a sense that they just want to start from scratch and like they drafted him first round for a reason. They knew they needed someone long term that they were going to really invest in. Pearsall might just never get it together, but if he can stay healthy, man, the upside with him is really through the roof.
Yeah, I'm with you. I was really big on Ricky Pearsall last year, one of my higher drafted receivers. I think I had about 20%. And man, his usage in the first few weeks felt so good. Touchdowns weren't quite there, but those, they come and go. But man, if he could just stay healthy, absolute stud, and has great chemistry with Brock Purdy too.
Yeah, and especially with the Kittle injury, like even more feel like it should be on his plate. Like you don't draft a receiver first round without the intention of making him your guy.
Yeah, and then Pat Bryant, Malachi Fields, Devontae Walker, some young guys that we expect to take a next step up as well. And at tight end, sorry, go.
Those are some good swings late, like given just the potential of Tez Walker if he actually does deliver, and Fields. Like I like our last 2 receiver picks a lot.
Yeah, and very rarely drafted. Pat Bryant, we get value on as well. And then solid tight end room too for going late. Juwan Johnson, I think, is a phenomenal first tight end if you're pushing it. Isaiah Likely, potential stack with Lamar Jackson, or even more upside if he goes somewhere else. And then Colby Parkinson, who, shoot, man, showed great chemistry with Matthew Stafford. And I don't really expect that to go away if they hold on to him.
Yeah, I'm going to double check his contract status for a second, but like
I believe he's under contract and has a decently sized cap hit.
I'm on under the cap right now, so I'm pulling it up. Oh yeah,
he's under contract this season. Oh, go ahead.
He's under contract, but if they do cut him, then they save $7 million. However, they would have $2 million in dead money still tied up, and they could always just restructure him if they have long-term plans for him.
And I think the Rams actually have a decent amount of cap space too.
That is true. They are in a good spot at the moment.
And they're going all in, so what's really the point of cutting him is my perspective.
Yeah, unless you're that convinced that Terrence Ferguson is the man. But I don't think he earned that right to dismiss Parkinson last year. Parkinson was just too consistent.
No, and even then, they like to use multiple tight ends.
100%.
So I jumped in and to show you this draft that I did earlier this morning.
Oh,
this is actually a little board. And yeah, we started with your boy Hampton then got neighbors. So this is something that NICE&BLUNT did in his stream last night in the draft that we ended up in together. I think you were at like the 7 or 8 hole.
Yes. I was at
go ahead.
I think it was the 7, yeah.
Yeah, and then man, I got Chris Olave to fall back to me all the way at pick 34. Reached up for Javonte to get a little stability at running back. Had Luther Burden fall all the way to 58.
Nice.
Judkins fall all the way to 63. We got Dart to stack up with neighbors. And this was one of my picks where I really wasn't sure what to do here. I ended up going DJ Moore over Tucker Kraft. And the fact that I got Sam Laporta to fall back to me at 106 made that feel very good because I like DJ Moore. I think he has high spike week potential. I expect him to get traded or cut. And my gut just keeps saying that he's going to be a giant. So potential correlation there. And
Interesting.
then
Yeah, Giants would be a good fit for him.
we got Tyler Shuck to stack up with Chris Olave. We had to get the GOAT, Woody Marks. Of course, we're popping Woodies out here. And Malik Willis.
Pause one second. Did someone pull up DJ Giddens in the 12th round?
Oh, I didn't even see that. Where
right
is
behind
that?
Malik Willis, someone took DJ Giddens.
Maybe that was a misclick. He also pulled up Tyreek Hill.
Damn.
Let's look at this guy's team. Well, that's when we say thank you for your donation.
Yeah, I was gonna say earlier, you're in a sweet lobby, man. There's some huge values here.
I've fallen into like some good lobbies. I've had some good lobby luck off stream for sure.
That's interesting, but probably just you queue them up way too soon and you get timed out, and next thing you know, you made a ridiculous choice.
You're right, Who Hames. Giddy for Goodens. And yeah, Chris Olave at 34. This just makes it an ultra unique start because Hampton and Neighbors not paired together much, and then Chris Olave, like if you went Hampton at like pick 3 or 4, Neighbors doesn't fall back here that often. So getting like these 3 really truly might be the only team in this contest with this start.
It is absolutely one of the most unique starts I've ever seen. And even just the Luther Burden price as well.
Exactly. Like I got some good value. The little board has been kind to me, and I've been slow and pacing that tournament, and it feels like a good decision because maybe most of the sharp guys have just maxed out already.
Yeah, most of the people drafting the first month are just all addicts in the first place, and when you only have 20, if you can be a bit conservative with it, I think as this contest continues to fill, you'll be more and more rewarded by people who are starting out for the first time and don't know the board yet.
Yeah, maybe people are getting excited by the combine and like rookies and stuff like that. But yeah, I decided to go Malik Willis here in the 12th round because I felt like I could use a third quarterback. I wasn't sure who would come back to me. And then Josh Downs. I love Josh Downs this year in the 150s. Just feels like a great click. Pat Bryant, we talked about earlier. Shimray DK, another second-year breakout potential.
Like him.
Got Dylan Sampson as a little pass catcher. TJ Hawkinson, not someone I've drafted a ton of, but got him like 14 picks past ADP and feels fine as my second tight end. Malachi Fields, one of my guys. Sorry, go ahead.
He's worth mixing in. Apologies.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Could be a cut candidate too, I think. I don't think he's cheap.
I'll verify that while you continue.
And then, yeah, we just finished with Malachi Fields to get some rookie upside. Jake Tongas feels good as my third and final tight end. And then just a random rookie running back because I didn't have a rookie running back on this team. So this final team was Jackson Dart, Tyler Shuck, Malik Willis, Omarion Hampton, Javonte Williams, Quinshon Judkins, Woody Marks, Dylan Sampson, who we handcuffed with Judkins. And I haven't drafted a ton of either of these guys, but it feels fine. And then Damon Claiborne, who I heard could run fast.
Right.
At receiver, we got Malik Neighbors, Chris Olave, Luther Burden, DJ Moore, Josh Downs, Pat Bryant, Shimray DK, Malachi Fields. I think that's an all-star receiver room. And, man, we got our 4th receiver at pick 87 and then waited to get our 5th at 154. But I still think it feels really solid.
When you feel good about having like your first 4 receivers, there's such good values late that could really pop. As long as you like pick the right guys, and I think you have some on my list I'm really targeting myself, then you never feel like you didn't invest enough. There are ways to salvage the receiver room super late, but obviously having at least 4 studs you really trust is pretty good. The Neighbors Olave Burden combo with just this whole thing, I think you have a really unique and like totally viable team. Like if it does advance, then I think you can absolutely keep advancing in the playoff weeks with this type of combination.
Yeah, it's definitely unique, and that gave me a little more comfortability with pushing receiver after I got DJ Moore, and I'm glad I got DJ Moore because The 1v1 between like Tucker Kraft and Denzel Boston or DJ Moore and Sam Laporta feels like a pretty easy decision to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, tight end, Sam Laporta, TJ Hawkinson, Jake Tongas just feels really solid. A lot of touchdown upside there.
Just one note on TJ Hawkinson. It sounds like you're right. If they wait after June 1st to cut him, they would save just under 16 million in cap.
Oh, wow. Bye-bye, TJ Hawkinson.
He is not coming back. That is for sure.
That is interesting. So, on that note, let's keep an eye on if Minnesota picks up a free agent tight end or targets one in the draft.
Or if Josh Oliver is just their guy.
Yeah.
Oliver has some good chemistry.
Pretty young, right?
He's pretty young. He's been coming alive a little bit. Obviously not to the extent to be a household name, but like especially in the red zone, he has good chemistry with JJ McCarthy. And you know that Kevin O'Connell likes the tight end position. If they're just going to stay in-house, because they're like well under the cap, like their cap situation's gross. So like I don't really think they can afford like top tier talent at that position. Thanks for pointing that out, because not only will they save almost 16 million this year, but then the next season they would also save 18 million.
Oh my goodness. Bye-bye TJ Hawkinson. Hey, one of the best decisions the Lions ever made was not re-signing him. And they got a lot of shit for it, but
yeah,
they dodged a bullet right there.
Damn, Hawkinson. Maybe Josh Oliver is the man.
Might even be worth mixing in the 20th round, honestly.
Yeah, it's not someone anybody else takes, that's for sure.
Yeah, and what's up, Wilson? Hey, for everyone watching, subscribe, leave a like. We just hit 100 subscribers, so tomorrow, I'm not exactly sure what time I'm going to stream yet. It's probably going to be later in the evening, maybe like 6 or 7 p.m. Pacific, but we're going to do 100 pull-ups for 100 subscribers in a draft. So 20 rounds. We'll do 5 pull-ups each round. I got the bar right next to me. I'll put it behind me, and we'll have some fun with that. All right.
Let's go.
Okay, let's hop in another draft.
Wait,
so
real quick, just back on that team because of the unique start. I kind of did it for like my Chargers fandom. I can talk myself into Hampton, but like, how do you really think Hampton might work out there in the first round? Like how do you feel about the Hampton Neighbors combo other than just being unique? What's your take on that?
I think it could be a great pick. I think it could be a horrible pick.
Right.
If he was healthy all of last year, probably would have smashed in fantasy. Even though he had a little bit of a slow start, it'll be interesting to see how Mike McDaniel uses him, because he's a very different running back from Achane, but he does catch the ball and he does fall in the end zone. So I think a lot of it depends on his health. I think pick 10 is a little rich. I am Ginty over Hampton, but I wanted to get a little different, and I don't mind it.
Yeah. My take on it, where like I could kind of justify it aside from my fandom, was like from a unique standpoint, Hampton's ADP is 15 and then Neighbors is 16. So that's just not, unless you're at the 12, nobody can really ever justify that combination. It's just never artificially going to, it doesn't naturally occur. It can only be done kind of artificially. So from that uniqueness, there's such a low percentage of that combo, I can justify it. And then like some of the running backs, once Gibbs is off the board at that turn, have some holes in like the argument. Like McCaffrey's getting older, a ton of touches. If he doesn't work out, we know he is just like going to bottom out. Taylor was not the same after his like Germany game when he dropped like 50 points. After the bye and Daniel Jones injury, Taylor was a lot more mid, more like RB10 than a top 3 guy. Genty, I mean, we're just projecting that the offensive line and system's going to get better. So like, as much as I like him, there's a lot of risk there. Cook has scored double-digit touchdowns, so like he feels like one of the safest floor bets. But then Achane loses McDaniel, who goes to Hampton. And then whenever I look at Blake Corum's last season in Michigan, Blake Corum had 27 touchdowns. Like,
holy.
You know, like if that's how Harbaugh decides to use Hampton, we could get the RB1. I'm not going to guarantee it. I'm not saying it's like the most likely outcome, but I don't think RB3 is just like locked in definitively with Taylor McCaffrey. I think even Jeremiah Love could be RB3. Even Derrick Henry, I mean, maybe not RB3, but like if the touchdowns hit, there's so many variables at play with that turn at the running back position in particular. I don't think it's crazy to just like disregard ADP and just try to get unique.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I took Hampton here as RB5. And can he finish as a top 5 running back? Absolutely, without a doubt. And even down here, like, it would not surprise me if Breece Hall's a top 5 running back. It would not surprise me if Kenneth Walker is a top 5 running back.
Exactly.
Even Chase Brown. Like, there's a lot of question marks in these first 3 rounds as far as the running back position goes.
Yeah, I mean, even if Scattaboo was like playing all 17 games fully healthy, he could even be a top 5 running back. He has that potential as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Could definitely be a 20 touchdown guy too.
There's also the risk that we're drafting like the RB13 as well.
Yeah, but hey, we're playing for, I mean, I don't know the top end price of this contest, but we're playing for a lot of money against a lot of people. So let's swing the fences. Let's see, what is it? Yeah, we're playing for $100,000 against 315 people in the final. So let's take our chance. Let's try and get unique.
Let's do it.
And let's hop in a big board. So I'll count this one down so you guys can join. We'll join it in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's hop in. Oh, we're the last one in. This could be good or bad.
A blessing and a curse.
And we're at pick 9. Brooklyn Bum is in here. What's up, my friend? The Oddities I've seen in here. Bryson Anderson. We got Natball Jeff. Anyone I'm missing? Mr. Mufasa looks like a familiar name too. Hey, BBG. What's up, BBG? Is he still streaming? Or is he streaming right now?
I can check.
He is.
Word. Hey. Yeah.
Let me hop in his chat real quick. Hey. This could be a heavy streamer room.
Should be fun.
I see you there at pick 12. It's on, brother. Hey, this will be a fun draft for sure.
Yeah. At least we got 2 minds to tackle it.
Yeah, 2v1. So, yeah, take that, BBG.
Also, dude, I'm so sorry about the camera situation. Would have loved to have Leia introduced to your cats.
Yeah, you're a cat dad too. That's why I titled this stream. 2 cat dads dominate a dog app. I thought it was a clever title.
Yeah, there needs to be some feline energy at times. Like,
hell yeah, dude. How old is Layla? How long have you had her for?
She will turn 5 in the summer.
And have you had her since a kitten?
Yeah, pretty much. She was like nearly a year old when we found each other.
Awesome, man. Kind of similar with my kitties. They were just over a year old when I adopted them, or well, when I drafted them last summer. So I've had them for like maybe 8-9 months. And yeah, man, they bring a lot of joy to your life for sure.
Yeah, and it's funny about cats. Like, it seems like life just decides one day you're gonna have a cat.
Yeah, dude. Like, I moved into the apartment. Okay, first of all, who do we want to take here?
Whoever you want.
I'm kind of feeling a running back, and I'm kind of feeling some Gene T right here.
Let's do it. Could I talk you into a Gene T Bowers start?
Oh, wow. Is that not something I've done yet?
Is that too rich?
Let's see who's available. If Neighbors or London are there, I might lean towards them, but I'm not afraid to get a little different, get a little unique, and take that shot.
I was trying to do it yesterday, and I was in the 10 slot, and right at the 9, someone sniped me on Genty, and I was like, okay, I can't do it. But it's something I've been wanting to try, and I don't want to force it upon you. It's it's up to you. If we get a good value on, let's say Achan hypothetically, I would not pass that up. Wouldn't expect it, but it's not paramount that it happens. Just thought I'd float it, see what your thoughts are.
Yeah, let's see who's available. I'm not completely opposed to it. I think it's a little rich to get 2 Raiders, but
Mhm.
there's also a chance they finish number 1 at their positions.
Yeah, I mean, are you Bowers or McBride as the tight end one?
Oh, wow. Are you listening, man? Are you listening, BBG?
I don't think he's listening. I think he's probably
No,
locked in. I've
he's
heard
just
his
reading
take
our minds, man.
is better.
Now, do we wanna go Hampton or Neighbors here? I don't mind double running back.
I don't mind it either. Definitely, we can get comfortable ignoring running back for a while. I'm fine with Hampton. That's, I mean,
Let's try it. Let's
yeah,
try it. Both
he's
second-year guys. I did a draft like this. It might have been yesterday on stream, but recently, and it was interesting. It felt pretty good because I do quite like the receivers that are available at 33 and 40 for us.
yes, the upcoming rounds at receiver are far more enticing than the running back position. And like, we did just go hero RB. I've been trying to do more of those, but sometimes you can get you can fall a bit behind when you overcommit to only one of them early on. They just fly up the board way too fast now.
Hey, our boy Jonas got in, pick 5.
Yeah.
What is up?
Let's see what he goes
What's your name?
with his next pick.
Jonas Carbs. Yeah, he's been in the chat a lot. Great guy. He's a cat dad too. He has 4 cats.
Oh damn, that's that's
Oh wait, no. Oh wait, no. That's the wrong guy. This is Jonathan. Sorry,
Okay.
I misread that. I get confused easily. But hey, Advinson is Jonas. He has 4 cats. But hey, Jonathan, welcome, my friend.
I recognize Napball in here.
Yeah, that's Jeff. He's in here quite a bit too.
And then I've seen Bryson at the 101 a bunch of times as well.
So yeah, definitely a sharp room, and we will get it.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Danimal took the night off. He likes getting in here too. Good luck. Good luck. Thank you. What's up, Jamie? Welcome.
Yo,
I believe you came from Mr. Nice and Blunt's community. So thank you for joining.
Jamie's a real one. Jamie's very talented, and Jamie is dope as fuck.
Yo, Jonathan also has 4 cats. Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude.
You just knew.
Yeah, the intuition was telling me, man. That's that cat dad energy.
Hell yeah.
Yo, big cat energy tonight.
The thing about a cat, just a quick tangent, I've thought about this. When you have a dog, especially when you get as a puppy, it is so much closer to having like a real child. When you have a cat, you kind of just have a roommate.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still getting accustomed to mine, and dude, I got some baby cats too, so still babysitting a little bit, especially little Momo. He's such a little baby.
Are they both boys or one girl?
Yeah, they're both boys. They're brothers, bonded. They were found in a blackberry bush during a rainstorm, sheltering, and yeah, they got passed around to a couple different foster homes before I adopted them. So now they've finally been in their forever home and getting a lot more comfortable and really opening up. So that's nice to see.
Yeah, give them some time and they'll calm down a little bit. But
oh, dude, especially Dan. Like I talked to the foster that had him previously, and she had him for a month, and Dan didn't even let her pet him like at all. Now, when I come home, Dan runs straight to his favorite rug, just sits and waits. Then when I come over, he just flops down and wants his pets for as long as I'll give it to him.
When I first had Leia, I couldn't pick her up for more than 2 seconds. She would claw and fight it. And like now, if I'm sitting in a chair long enough, she'll come in my lap and be like, "Yo, I need some attention. Why haven't you picked me up yet?"
Is there a receiver here you like?
I'm a bit more
T.
in favor of T. Higgins personally, but I don't have much Tet, and I've been trying to get a little bit more of him. But my ranks definitely prefer Higgins.
Okay, let's go Higgins here. I like some T. Higgins, and this might have been a start I had the other day too. But I like T. Higgins because I love Burrow at pick 64.
Yeah, it's a really affordable, nice stack to get. And like whenever T. Higgins has like fallen past the top of the second, it seems like whenever we start to fade him a little bit, he crushes. Like he won me my subscriber league championship with that game against Denver 2 years ago, and that year he was going like late fourth. Like once you start to kind of forget about him, he bounces back. He has some injury problems, but from a per game standpoint, almost nobody at receiver other than like Adams is like a safer bet for touchdowns.
Oh, exactly. Now, is there a receiver here that you like?
I usually mix in Adams a bit more. Whoever is your favorite. Sometimes I pull up Igbuka even, but whoever you prefer they're all fine to me. I kind of want Garrett Wilson probably, but he's also okay.
I think I'm gonna go Terry.
Okay, yeah, another
Get a little different. I mean, it's hard for me to pass on Jameson Williams. I do have a lot of him, but I think that opens us up to taking Jaden Daniels or Burrow at pick 64, and I like that flexibility.
Absolutely. Yeah, we have 2 stacking options in the 6th. We're definitely going to get a good QB1. I like that. And it's also kind of unique. This side of the board.
I think it would probably be a little rich to take Jaden and Burrow here, but I also wouldn't hate that. I don't think it's something I've done before. Depending on who falls to us.
I think it'd be interesting to try, but like if we did that, then we're just firmly stopping at 2 QBs. It's a bit of a steep investment.
Much so. We'll have to see who's there for sure.
Yeah, but at least we have the option of taking either which one, and they're both pretty smash picks. Would you rather have Daniels or Burrows straight up? Let's say like there was no stack. Which quarterback would you rather have?
I mean, I think Daniels definitely has the more upside, but Burrow has the safer floor. Both have injury risk, you can say.
Yeah, major injury risk with Burrow.
Yeah, and Jaden Daniels got hurt both of his seasons in the NFL. But as far as like ceiling, like they could both finish as quarterback 1. There's a world for that.
I think I heard you mention like sometimes the headspace that some players are in, you take that into account.
Oh, and definitely.
If there's a player I'm genuinely almost panicked on his headspace right now, it's Joe Burrow. Like he feels like he's on his last rope with the Bengals. Like I think if they miss the playoffs again and he keeps getting banged up, like watch it be Carson Palmer 2.0. Like I could see either a trade demand or even if the Bengals play hardball, a retirement threat. Just because like for someone to be paid that much and to talk openly at a press conference like football isn't fun for me anymore, that is a red flag.
You're right. He did say that, and that's a good point. Not one that I've considered this year, especially. I think the one thing that was after the season, I believe he made that comment, but seeing him want to come back late in the year, even after the injury when like playoffs were very slim chance of making, I think that's pretty optimistic just for his competitive nature.
Until he threw that pick 6 against the Bills, it felt like they could make a run and still be in the playoffs given how their division went out.
Now, looking at the players here, I honestly kind of want to try the double quarterback.
Really?
Would you hate that?
Not entirely.
Like who stands out to you here? I don't think we need a Swift on this team.
Swift is okay, but I've taken
I don't mind Rome.
I like Rome. Watson, I've been trying to click a bit more. Is Mekhi Lemon taken?
Yeah.
Then fuck it. Let's go double QB.
I'm trying. I don't mind it. I don't mind getting a little different. Not something I've done before.
And also, like, we might just get a really good value circling back. Like, if Rome is still available as our next pick, I really doubt it. But like, who knows? I think
we can queue some of these guys up.
Evans could be also a better click than the receivers at the top of ADP right now as well. Evans is interesting to me a lot.
Because of any position, I think we can find depth at receiver later. And I feel really solid with our 2 running backs. And then tight end, like the last draft, we can always push. And I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards the double quarterback here.
It would definitely – I wouldn't hate it because some of the receivers in round 5 don't really feel the most like guaranteed, and like the 5-6 at receiver is odd compared to like some of the production you just know you're going to get from QB. You know, like
Yeah, I think if Rome's there, we just take Rome though.
I agree.
Mike
Also-
Evans, I've had a hard time clicking him just with the age, going to a new team, not knowing how he's gonna fit.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I think we take Rome.
I mean, on one hand, it negates how we just tried to get unique.
Yeah, you're right about that.
But
Make the call.
It feels
Make
like
the call.
a wiser decision.
You want to go with it?
Whatever you want. Trust
Okay,
your
dude.
gut.
Let's get different. Let's
right.
Let's go with what we were talking about. Let's try it.
Trust your
it. Could be
intuition,
good.
bro.
Could be bad.
Trust it. But we're done at quarterback. This is
Look,
the rest of the
Justin
draft.
Herbert just got taken
Oh wow.
by BBG here at the turn. So maybe we're gonna be pushing up quarterback in this room quite a bit. And this is not something I've done before, but I don't hate it.
When it comes to the two we have, they could both finish top 3. And
Exactly.
like their spike week potential is literally like 45 points in any given week. So
and linked to our top 2 receivers as well. So we're making we started with 2 running backs, and then we're making a big bet on T. Higgins and Terry McLaurin. So if those work out, then our and look, we have another team going double quarterback. So
that helps us
feel a little better.
Absolutely. Yeah. To have, what is it, 7 quarterbacks off the board with only 5 teams having one, there could be a bit of I mean, there's always a run at quarterback, but maybe a bit more impetus later on.
Yeah, who Hames? I don't know if the Eminem haircut was great for Burrow. Not everyone can pull off the blonde, okay? Natural blonde is the way to go. Yeah, dude, that was a little bit of a Britney moment, I feel like, for Mr. Joe Burrow.
You know, we all have a midlife crisis at one point.
Yeah, man. Dark gets pulled up too. Interesting. So it definitely seems like this is a lot of quarterbacks are going to be going early. And Caleb Williams, Drake May. Wow.
I think the way this board is going at quarterback so far is actually helping our strategy significantly. But like if Hurts and Drake May were on individually different rosters, then it wouldn't be I wouldn't feel as good about it as I do right now. I think it's going to work out.
I agree with you. I think we attack receiver here, and I think we have to fade tight end as well.
I think so too. Because BBG has Herbert, he's 100% going to grab Quentin Johnston. But do you prefer
after hearing Alec Pierce might get paid $30 million a year?
Oh, and QJ's off the board.
So. Yeah, I think Alec Pierce is the click here.
I endorse it.
Okay, let's go with that. Like if he gets $30 million a year, a team's going to use him like that.
That sounds ridiculous, but when you look at the wide receiver free agent market and how it's been overpaid, he feels like one of the most desirable acquisitions at receiver this season. He's definitely going somewhere with the full intention to make him a focal point.
Yeah, and as far as best ball is concerned, he can get 150 yards and 2 touchdowns.
100%.
On like 4 catches.
Yeah, like he has the skill set that not many players have. Like people forget he was a 2nd-round pick.
Wow, I forgot that.
Yeah, his season at Cincinnati was actually pretty impressive. From an athletic standpoint, I think he also kind of dominated the combine, if I'm not mistaken. Like his measurables from an athlete standpoint are just because he's white. Maybe he just gets forgotten. And, but like he's been very legit and underrated. I went to the Chargers-Colts game, and I was sitting next to a Colts fan, and he was like, his favorite player was Alec Pierce.
Wow. And Bo Nix gets pulled up too. Very interesting.
Sweet.
Is there a receiver here that stands out to you? I think we go one of these 4. I can't draft Diggs.
I think DJ Moore is the most enticing.
I'm with you, and I think he has the most upside out of these guys too, especially if he finds a new home.
Yeah, we could have maybe gone Pollard, but I think given our running back room, let's avoid the getting boxed out at receiver. DJ
Yeah,
Moore,
I think we're really leaning into GT and Hampton here.
yeah,
And then catching up with these 4 wide receivers feels pretty good. And our quarterback room is the nuts. And look at this, man. Mahomes gets drafted. Brock Purdy gets brought up. So
I,
definitely driving the price up at quarterback.
that should help us quite a bit if these quarterbacks are going to be overpriced in this next turn. But I was hoping maybe Worthy could circle back, but that Mahomes team's not going to let it happen.
Probably not right before us. I don't think so. You have seen him fall quite a bit, though. He goes in an interesting spot for sure.
How do you feel about Gadsden, who usually goes around our next pick? Is he someone you're clicking off?
I like Gadsden.
Yeah.
I do like Gadsden quite a bit, actually. Like, just seeing how he played last year and the spike weeks, especially early on, it was pretty bullish. And then the whole Chargers offense kind of fell apart towards the end of the year. But for some Chargers correlation, I wouldn't hate that.
He did have a few drops at the end of the season that were kind of problematic, but like at Syracuse in college, he had a really dominant sophomore year. He got hurt as a junior. Like in his second year in college at Syracuse, Gadsden put up 61 catches, 975 yards, and 6 touchdowns as a sophomore. Like,
Wow.
you don't see that at tight end very often.
Yeah. Even if I think he's there, if some receivers that we have queued up are there, I think we have to lean there more. I would prefer the depth at receiver.
Who speaks to you at receiver?
I mean, pretty much if any of these 3 are available, I think there's a big tier break afterwards.
That's fair. I would agree.
I also like Montgomery too.
Yeah, we don't want to fully fade running back forever, but it looks like we're going to get a solid receiver on your list.
Like, I anticipate this guy going Worthy when he went with Holmes. Although
Yes,
he
5
has
already.
5. He does go Worthy. So, man, I don't mind actually getting Montgomery and getting one of these receivers instead of Addison.
Addison scares me just because of McCarthy. So, yeah, give me Montgomery.
And then they're talking about getting Anthony Richardson too. And if they get Anthony Richardson, I don't know if Kirk Cousins is going back there. And yeah, I like getting that 3rd running back right there. That feels really solid.
If they go Richardson, the Vikes pass catchers are dead on arrival.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's gross.
I think with our next pick, we go one of these guys.
Pull up BBG's team. Addison's his 3rd receiver. What's he rocking with? Tet, Ladd, and Addison. That's a bit risky.
Gets Wandale. Yeah, that's what happens when you pull up Brock Bowers, right?
I'm shocked he didn't take Gadsden there. Given he pulled up Herbert.
I guess just because he already had Brock Bowers.
Yeah, he had to stick with that.
I think we get one of these 3 receivers.
You prefer Juwan or Reed?
I kind of prefer Reed.
Coker kind of speaks to me sometimes too. I don't have much Coker. I've been trying to get more of him, but
let's do it. I drafted Coker earlier. I don't have a lot of him, and honestly, out of these guys, I think Coker has the most upside.
The thing about Coker is they traded away Thielen with the full intention that Coker was going to be heavily involved. And then it was like 3 days after Thielen got traded, Coker had this major injury. I forget what it was specifically, but Coker was set to have a major breakout last year, and then the injury just derailed it.
And I believe he was an undrafted free agent. Is that correct?
He was, I think you're right.
And so is his contract only 3 years? Because if so, then he's going into his contract year as well.
Oh, let me double check that. If that's the case, then I need to start drafting a lot more Coker. Oh yeah, you're right, man. He is a exclusive rights free agent.
Interesting.
After, at the moment,
we're cokeheads today, baby.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I need to mix in some Coker as well. Like, I think because he was going so late last year, he was an undrafted free agent. Like, it's not the sexiest click, But as far as like upside in the 10th round, like we see receivers in this range, a lot of them just break out and become like a superstar. And I feel like this year, specifically in the NFL, we're going to see a lot of like young guys that maybe don't have the biggest name really make a name for themselves and kind of start to see the next generation of young talent in the league take over, I feel like.
He turns 25 in October. The man is still 24. Like, there's still so much potential. And now that I'm like looking at him, I didn't realize he was 6'3".
Oh, wow. I didn't either. That hair probably makes him 6'5".
It feels like when he's on the field, I guess next to Teteroa McMillan, who's I think 6'4", it feels like he is not 6'3". Like I almost don't trust that, but that's what it officially listed on Pro Football Reference.
And do you want to get a fourth running back here? Or a receiver? What are you feeling like?
I mean,
I don't love the tight ends here.
I kind of like Goddard, in all honesty. From
Really?
a standpoint, he's a free agent, and I mean, who knows if he could go to Washington hypothetically.
I think he peaked last year.
It was a contract season for him. He has a lot of injury risk, so I'm fine fading him. But I would rather go. This would be my first pick of Woody Marks. So if that's who you want, but I think even Debo is fine.
All right, let's get Debo. I think I got it last second.
Yeah, you got it. When it pauses like this, whoever's at the top is going to end up pushing through.
I don't mind Debo. I like Jaden Higgins too. I don't think that's a bad click. Like Houston offense isn't great, but doesn't feel bad.
Higgins is fine to me. He was my boy last year and really let me down. So for me, I've just been drafting a lot of Jalen Noel in round 20 instead of Higgins.
But I have drafted some Jalen Noel too. I think that's a good value.
They have almost like identical stat lines when they were teammates at Iowa State. I don't think their skill set is like their potential is that much different. But obviously they drafted Higgins earlier for a reason.
Yeah. I wouldn't even just hate pulling up Kenyon Sadiq here as our first tight end.
I wouldn't hate it either, but are we falling behind at running back, or you feel comfortable?
Yeah, that's tough. I think if Tyrone Tracy's there, we just take him. James Conner could be interesting, but older, injury risk.
I'd rather go Tracy than Conner.
I'm happy with Tracy here as our fourth.
Let's do it.
I think that fell to us well, getting the receiver first.
Yeah, played the board fairly well, and I was a bit surprised that Mr. Mufasa passed on tight ends twice because he also doesn't have one yet. So we're going to at least be able to get in front of him on the next one. But I think our next pick is probably should be tight end.
And I think with the team that we have, we could even go 4 tight ends.
For sure. I think we should target some free agents with some of our picks because the assumption that one of them can land in Washington is
and Cincy too. A free agent tight end could definitely go to Cincy.
They have some cap space as well, yeah.
And like, I don't know if Mike Gesicki's still under contract, but if so, probably a cap casualty. I wouldn't be surprised there. Although I think he's pretty cheap. I mean, Noah Fant, I don't think is under contract anymore. And then they just have a bunch of no-name guys. So, yeah, I like targeting the free agent tight ends with these 2 quarterbacks, especially Jaden Daniels.
Yeah. Gesicki is under contract. Noah Fant is a free agent.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, Kenyon Sadiq went right after us. 4.39 is insane.
Yeah, almost wanted to just say let's take him, but I know how running back falls off a cliff pretty soon.
Yeah. And just our structure of our team, I think we end up going 4 tight ends. I don't hate that at all.
I think Likely is an interesting candidate for this roster too.
Absolutely. Like, we're totally set at quarterback, and our 4 running backs are extremely solid. Very high floor with all of them. And then at wide receiver, we caught up quite well, I feel like.
Yeah, I don't hate this room at all at receiver. I mean, obviously it's at the expense of tight end, but it's not a position that you can't figure out.
Yeah, so let's try and think about our next pick here. I don't love Mark Andrews. I
Can you
really
just
don't love Hunter Henry either.
show me just tight end?
I don't
What?
mind reaching up for AJ Barner in the 14th round.
I'll be honest with you. Show me running back as well. How would you feel about taking Rashad White here and then going Kelsey after that? Would that be too rich for you as our tight end one, especially with the
I
plan?
don't mind Kelsey as our tight end one, especially if we're thinking about 4. And I do like Rashad White quite a bit.
The only thing to keep in mind, though, is behind us, I think it's Mr. Mufasa, has 2 clicks and also has no tight end.
Interesting.
BBG also only has 1 tight end, but he has Bowers, so not going to be as forced.
I will say, in a vacuum, I have AJ Barner above all these guys.
You do?
I do. I think he could just have a breakout year and really make a name for himself going into his 3rd year. Scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl, got 6 touchdowns last year. And honestly, I don't even mind taking Kelsey here and then coming back with another tight end.
Rashad got taken, so our running back room is fine.
Kamara.
Yeah, maybe
could go Spears.
Take your favorite tight end. I think that's probably the move.
Do you want Spears?
I like him, but I don't think it's as important as tight end right now.
Okay, let's go Kelsey.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I'm AJ Barner over these guys as well. I really don't mind reaching up for him.
Especially with likely in the next round. I would lobby a little bit more for Tajay, but
I wonder if Likely's going to fall back to us. Let's see. 1 tight end, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 0.
Yeah, Bryson might.
What's Likely's ADP? It's just if we get Spears, I'm even comfortable stopping at 5 running backs if we need to. I think we get a 6th, but when we're going 4 tight ends, I don't mind getting a little risky and just getting 3 of these guys down here. Spears goes, though. BBG takes him.
I like McMillan in this range. I think Henry's okay, but I'd rather stick with your call on Barner. Tajay's gone, so...
Yeah, I like the receiver value that we can get here more than the tight end value. And we have 6. I like McMillan a lot, but I think AJ Barner would fit this team quite well.
I agree. Let's go Barner.
Okay. I feel good about that.
Yeah, definitely broke out. I'm a little worried about Elijah Arroyo. I liked him quite a bit coming out of college, but it seemed like Barner really took a stranglehold of that job when Arroyo went down, and when Arroyo came back, it was like not even a question. Barner's and the tush push role that he has is like that's not going to go away. He's so cemented in their game plan.
Yeah, I think he's well liked by his teammates too, and just seems like he has that dog in him. Like I heard he's one of the biggest shit talkers on the team.
Gotta love that.
Gotta love that. But I don't know. In the 14th round, it feels nice to me.
Yeah, he feels very safe, and like I've just been in the mindset of like I usually only take him when I have Darnold, but yeah, you're convincing me I should grab him more, just like unstacked, just for the value as well.
Like I'm not sure if he's gonna get 8 catches in a game or like 100 yards, but like the multi-touchdown games, I think are definitely there.
Yeah, we need touchdowns. That's really in half PPR. I care a bit more about touch, especially at tight end. So, how many touchdowns did he have last year? Was it like 7?
He had 6.
6. Okay.
And then 1 in the Super Bowl too.
And does that include his rushing touchdown?
I'm not sure.
I think
he get a rushing touchdown?
He had 1 rushing touchdown. So 7 total. 1 rushing touchdown.
7 total touchdowns, 4 as a rookie as well.
Yeah.
68 targets, 52 catches.
Yeah, 519 yards on the season, and then an extra
10 rush attempts is a lot for a tight end.
Well, they're all just for 1 yard. It's all touch pushes.
Yeah, but hey, you can get touchdowns.
Yeah,
in the end zone. Yeah,
that's definitely a. How do you feel about Dalton Schultz as well? Schultz does not score touchdowns, but Schultz.
I don't know if I've drafted him yet this year.
I've barely taken him, but Jamie, Big Game, brought him up in my chat about a week ago, and like once I looked into it, I was like, oh shit, I think I've been ignoring Schultz for a long time. It's like he
Is
feels
he
like a good
still
floor.
under contract?
Yes,
for the
I think he is
Texans?
under. I'll
How
check
old
that.
is he?
Schultz, he will be 30 this year, and he is under contract for one more season.
Yeah, I don't know. The age kind of scares me a little bit. Tight ends have kind of seemed to hold on a little bit, and he's more of a possession guy. I think when we're going 4 tight ends, though, and we already have a Travis Kelce, Terrence Ferguson seems a little more enticing. But if we can get Likely, I'm very happy with that.
I think so too, especially with our free agent plan with him. We'll see what something dig up stupid is that his name for us?
Yeah.
Yeah,
How do you feel about Trey Harris as
I like
a
a
Chargers
lot,
fan?
but with the recent Keenan rumors, I'm a bit worried. But if he can be their third, I think when you have Herbert, he's a fantastic pick. I'd rather have Torrey Horton though. Oh, he goes in Njoku. Hell yeah, Likely I think is the move.
And do you want to take a receiver with our next pick, or get
Running
our 4th tight end and just be done with it? I
I
think we
think
can
we can
push tight
the
end.
fourth tight end.
Yeah. I love Trey Tucker.
Trey Tucker's pretty interesting. Can I see running back real fast? Because I know that's almost dead. Don't we have Hampton? You like the handcuff appeal of Vidal and Hampton?
I kind of forgot about that. I don't hate it, though.
I don't hate it either, but I only like to do it when I'm like so committed to a hero RB that like if he goes down, I need the injury insurance. You know what I'm saying?
I'm also pretty happy with Tank Bigsby right here. We were talking about him earlier.
I didn't want to say it for Mr. Mufasa, but I'm sure he probably knows. I love Tank Bigsby. But he has enough running backs. I doubt we
get 6.
No, when we passed on running back a couple rounds ago, in my mind, I was like, we're going Tank Bigsby.
All right, let's do it. It's settled.
If Saquon at the age of 30, coming off like a down season with like back-to-back huge volume carries, I've been fading Saquon. Not that I never take him, but like instead, my Eagles take is gimme Tank Bigsby as their most valuable running back.
Is he really 30?
Saquon?
Or going into his age 30 season?
Saquon, he'll be 29. So I guess I oversold it. Maybe I'm just too pessimistic. He just turned 29 in February. That's
how old is Christian McCaffrey? Is he 29 or 30?
I'm pulling it up. McCaffrey is going to turn 30 in June.
Wow, it's hard to believe they're like the same age pretty much. Feels like McCaffrey's 5 years older than him.
A little bit. Maybe just because Saquon has been off the field a few times and like because his rookie season was still with Eli, that just feels like a decade ago.
Yeah, it really does. Man, time flies.
Yeah, sometimes it's crazy how fast things pull up on you.
Thinking of our next pick, I think we grab our 4th tight end with our next pick because looking, Mr. Mufasa has 1, BBG only has 1, so they could both take 2 tight ends at the turn.
Who piques your interest?
Man, like in a vacuum, I think Colby Parkinson's the best pick. If we want upside, I like Gunnar Helm.
I like
who just got taken.
Falling, but I doubt he makes it.
And then K. Daughton's a free agent. If we want to go with a free agent with Jaden Daniels, Joe Burrow, I think he's just a really solid, well-rounded tight end.
If we miss out, we also have Gesicki in round 20 as a backstop, but
that's not a bad point.
I'd rather avoid it.
I think he just gets replaced.
Are we comfortable with our receiver depth right now?
No. We have 6, and the 6 feel good, but I think we go with a receiver and a tight end. Or, sorry, a tight end first. And then a receiver. Who do you like here at receiver? Let's take a look at that.
At receiver, it's getting pretty thin. I'm comfortable with Flournoy. I take Malik Washington every now and then. But in general, once it gets this late, I usually just pile on some rookies with some hopes for like Jeremy Bernard or Antonio Williams sometimes. I mentioned Ted Hurst in the last draft. He's more of a unique type of guy, but definitely he's also 6'3". Could
Yeah, that's interesting. I think we take one of these tight ends first and then come back with a receiver.
Otten is the free agent, but the far safer click I think is Colby Parkinson.
Man, the touchdown upside is nice.
Yeah. Otten does not score touchdowns that often.
Yeah, you're right about that. But hey, it could just be because Mike Evans is on his team.
It could be, but Evans also missed a lot of time last year, and Otten only had one touchdown.
All right, you make the final say.
I mean Parkinson.
Okay.
That feels like a solid like rotation at tight end, and then as long as Kelsey doesn't retire, like we could have, just a top 10 guy.
Yeah, and I think we take receiver with our next pick, and then maybe a receiver and running back with our final picks, or we could just go 9 receivers and stop at 5 running backs.
We have 3 picks left, right?
Yeah.
I say our last pick is we should probably mix in a rookie. How about 1 rookie running back, 1 rookie wide receiver, and then 1 veteran receiver?
I'm cool with that. Okay. I think Malik Washington would fit this team pretty well.
He seems like a potential steal, and like if he does rise, it wouldn't shock me at all.
No, and even if they get like another receiver, I feel like he's going to have a role. He's going to find the field. Maybe he gets better in his 3rd season. He can get like some of the gadget targets. I'm not too optimistic about Jalen Waddle and his health either. So I think Malik Washington fits this room pretty well.
I really liked him coming out of college. I thought he was like potentially going to go in like the 3rd or 4th round. I mean, that shows what I know about draft day value. But his college stats really excited me. Didn't he come from Virginia, if I'm not mistaken?
I have no idea.
I think so. I'm gonna look it up. So, yeah, Malik Washington played for Northwestern, then transferred to Virginia, and as a 5th-year senior at Virginia, Malik Washington in 12 games had 110 catches for 1,426 yards in college.
Wow, that's a lot.
I believe he led the conference in receptions in the ACC and yards.
Interesting. Very interesting.
So he's got workhorse potential, and now that Tyreek is gone, like they don't have that much depth at the position. So it'll depend on who they draft, but he felt like when he was taken 7th round, I was like, that's crazy. That's a steal. But it's taken him a minute to get going. So
yeah, I mean, in round 18 feels like a great pick.
Yeah, he sometimes goes undrafted, and it's like just feels wrong. Like it should be definitely someone taken.
Let's take a look at running backs and get an idea of who we want here.
Is there a rookie you like this late?
I am not familiar with really any of them.
Adam Randall is interesting just because his size. The man's like 235 pounds. But I could also see LaQuint Allen be a little bit useful in Jacksonville. LaQuint is a great pass catcher, and if they do move off ETN, I think he might have that 3rd down role. Don't know much about Hemby personally. I've heard some hype on Kalen Black, but I don't think he was even invited to the combine. So Seth McGowan, interesting.
Man, I'm kind of feeling Hemby or McGowan.
Whatever you like. They're all kind of in the same bag.
Let's get some Hemby.
Let's do it. And then for our receiver, my preference is Jeremy Bernard, but I don't mind going Ted Hurst or even Antonio Williams on occasion, but feels like a riskier click. There's Yoshivas with our Burrow selection, or there's like Jalen Lane, Luke McCaffrey, but I kind of feel like they're going to bring in someone in free agency that just kills their value.
Yeah, I think like a Jalen Lane, Luke McCaffrey would feel better on a 9 wide receiver build.
Yeah,
We don't have a rookie receiver, so I kind of like the idea of getting one here.
for sure.
And yeah, I think we just go in this order, whoever falls to us.
Okay, sounds good.
I don't know if I have Ted Hurst yet, but Jeremy Bernard, Alabama receiver, has gotten a lot of hype around him.
Yeah. On one hand, I want to trust the Alabama receiver, but then whenever I've trusted Kalen DeBoer wide receivers without questioning it, I've been a bit burned. So I'm definitely Jeremy Bernard over Ted Hurst.
Okay. I think we just rock that and
feels like
end this team.
The safer.
I like this team too.
Yeah, I think we landed it given our quarterback risky strategy. I think it worked out.
Like I think our tight ends ended up really solid. Like we have a lot of floor and upside there.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Kelsey is a wasted pick. If he is, I've wasted so much money on him in the last month. But last year he had 155 total points.
Yeah. And when we have 4 tight ends, like why not?
Yeah.
I think 4 feels right for this team too, because Jaden Daniels, Joe Burrow leaning into these 2 guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm honestly pretty happy with this decision.
Same.
Not something I'm going to do often, but I don't hate it. I really don't.
When we pull up Terry McLaurin, I think that's 100% like the wise stacking decision. And then we almost went Rome, but like we said, it would have negated getting unique there with Daniels. So
yeah, like if we went with Rome, who else would we have gotten as our second quarterback? Like really, would we have taken like a Patrick Mahomes? Guys who went here, like Malik Willis went at 116.
Yeah, I think when we set the tone about taking 2 elite QBs, those other 2 teams followed suit, and then the board shook out really well for us because everybody else adjusted the way we hoped. So yeah, man, I think we made a great choice in hindsight.
And I mean, BBG took a similar stance as well. He got Ladd and then pulled up Herbert just to secure that stack.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the team came together pretty well.
Yeah, let's take a look at his roster.
Yeah, let's take a look. BBG. Here, I'll let you go through it.
Herbert, Bryce, and McCarthy. I mean, doesn't feel great, but when you bet on Herbert that high, it is what it is. But any McCarthy team scares me. Running backs: Achane, Swift, Tootin, Algier, Aaron Jones, Tyjae Spears. I like the room. Running back room is very, very legit. I mean, you don't seem like you're too committed on Tootin, but a nice fall in value. And
I just feel like when they sign someone, I can't see a world where Tootin is their starting running back and they don't add someone else. And I feel like as soon as Jacksonville adds someone else, he just gets a lot cheaper.
Right. I was so invested in Tootin last year just with like kind of some blind confidence, and it obviously didn't work out, that now that he's so expensive, I've just been not really clicking him too often. It scares me. I'm not definitively saying he's going to be a bust, but whenever I take him in that round, it scares me.
Yeah, and I don't think that's a great way to feel.
Yeah, no, I don't want to feel uncomfortable about, what is it, a 7th round pick? Like a little bit dicey. That kind of feels like, especially if you're wrong about how free agency goes, that feels like a bit of a dead zone when you're like taking Tootin, Manungai, or Corum. Like the risk could be really bad.
Yeah, the running back spots this year they don't feel great. And maybe we see a lot of rookies just hit for that reason this year.
Tyjae is the 6th, though. I really love Algier. I hyped him up. We clicked him earlier. He did pull him up significantly. Kind of negates the Tootin value, but at least it's different. They're on the opposite side of the board.
I think BBG definitely has a type here. Achan, Swift, Tootin, Spears, even Aaron Jones to an extent, all very similar style of running backs.
Some upside, but overall, I think if the price on Tootin was just a little cheaper, I would end up with this and feel comfortable a lot more often. But
yeah, and even then, he got him 9 picks past ADP, and we
yeah,
still don't love the price.
on that side of the board, it's pretty unique. So I don't hate it at all. But I
Yeah,
feel
uniqueness is always good. I just feel like he gets 30 picks cheaper when they sign someone.
very, very fair.
Let's take a look at these receivers. Looks like he went with 9.
Tet, Ladd, Addison, Wandale, Jaden Higgins, Trey Harris, Ayamanor, Malachi Fields, Darnell Mooney. The Mooney click I've not been able to make. I got so burned by him last year. He's been my boy for a long time, but it's so dirt cheap. I guess I get it, but
very young.
This receiver room feels really, really risky. Honestly, like, are you sure Tet is the correct price?
No, I don't know. The Carolina offense just doesn't feel the best to me, and they still feel like a run-first offense. He's definitely their wide receiver 1, but, I mean, honestly, just what we talked about with Coker today kind of makes me a little more in on Coker at his price.
Yeah, if I'm going to draft a Panthers wideout, for me today, it's Coker over Tet. Not that I don't think Tet can be good, but just the price disparity feels so much more valuable.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be mixing in some more Coker now for sure. I kind of convinced myself on that just now.
Same. As we were talking about it, I felt some regret that I haven't clicked him more.
And then Brock Bowers, Jonnu. So I think the Brock Bowers pick kind of set the tone for this team.
Yeah. And maybe saved us from pulling up Bowers.
Yeah, you're right. We were thinking about that.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't get stuck in that because our tight end room, I mean, obviously Bowers is Bowers. I'm not going to pretend like he's not capable of giving you like 1,300 yards and like 13 touchdowns and being totally the guy you need. But like, it does put you in a position where you're behind the 8 ball for sure.
Yeah, and like you look at the board here where so many teams really piled on receiver in this range, and then we just went straight running back, tight end. And then this team here went straight running back, quarterback, tight end. I kind of feel good about that when I look at the draft board and I see that we just zagged when other people were zigging.
Yeah, color palette wise, we're in good shape in this section.
Yeah, and then kind of the opposite, like right here almost, we really piled on the receivers more than anyone else.
Right. And like obviously they carry risk. Like, do I know DJ Moore is going to be a good click? No. Like there were a lot of stinker games for DJ Moore last year, but it seemed like once Ben Johnson got there, the writing was kind of on the wall. Ben Johnson was not a huge fan of DJ Moore. He was like,
and he was also a 4th round pick last year. Sometimes went in the 5th, but like a 4th, 5th round pick, and now he's like a 8th, 9th round pick, which just for his spike week ability, that feels pretty good, and I think he can get used more in a different offense.
Yeah, and he's going to be 29 in April. He still hasn't hit that 30-year-old, cliff that we're all worried about.
Yeah, to me, he kind of feels like a Giant or a Raider in a lot of ways.
Yeah, Raiders feels like a legit landing spot for him, especially if they try to rig a Max Crosby trade. I don't think the Raiders will bite on that, but definitely.
I really hope Max Crosby doesn't go to Chicago. I would be choked.
That, I think, is the move that they would like to make the most, just like Khalil Mack 2.0.
I could see it. Caleb Williams still on his rookie deal as well.
Yeah.
But I would not be happy with that as a Lions fan.
At the very least, if DJ Moore stays in Chicago, I don't think he's going to be that much worse than his current ADP.
No, and like still a guy who can get over 20 points in a week.
Yeah, he has that spiking ability. I hope he goes somewhere else. But even if he doesn't, I don't hate it at all.
Yeah, Brooklyn Bum makes a good point. Like Buffalo's another landing spot. He might be a little expensive for Buffalo, but man, like Buffalo's going to get one of these receivers. They're going to make a play for someone.
Yeah, you feel like they have to draft someone, but then I also feel like they're going to make a play in free agency as well.
Like, I don't think they can afford Alec Pierce, even though that would be a really great fit. But they definitely need wide receiver help more than any position on their roster, I feel like.
Well, I will acknowledge this one point as I look up DJ Moore's contract. If they cut him, they are on the hook for $35 million in dead money.
Woo!
So he's not getting cut. He has to be traded.
And I think there would be a market for him. I really do.
100%.
He might not be like, he might get traded for like a 4th round pick or like maybe a 3rd if you're lucky. But
sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was done.
And like it would just be more of like Ryan Poles making, an amazing dish out of chicken shit when that trade with Carolina. If he trades DJ Moore again to pay dividends one more time would be so effing valuable. That'd be really impressive if they got even just like a 4th round pick for DJ Moore.
Yeah, that would be a pretty boss move right there.
Let's hope for the best.
Yeah, let's go over this final team. So we went with Jaden Daniels, Joe Burrow, absolutely stud quarterback room. We have Ashton Jeanty, Omarion Hampton as our 2 main running backs, and then really solid depth with David Montgomery, Tyrone Tracy, Tank Bigsby, and then Roman Hemby, just a random rookie in the 20th round. At receiver, we went with T. Higgins, Terry McLaurin, really making our bed there with Joe Burrow and Jaden Daniels, leaning heavy on those stacks. Alec Pierce, hoping he goes to the right landing spot. DJ Moore, we just talked about. Jalen Coker, we were talking about. Deebo Samuel, old veteran, but he can still find his way in the end zone, have some spike week games. Malik Washington can expand his role. And then rookie upside in Jeremy Bernard. And tight end, we got old man Kelsey, young man AJ Barner, free agent Isaiah Likely, and then Colby Parkinson, who just feels very undervalued.
Feels like a safe tight end room, and that's where I was like worried early on that we might hate it. But no, man, I think we landed this plane pretty well.
Yeah, dude. I think it came together very nicely. And yeah, we're gonna be stopping at 2 drafts there for the night. Thank you so much for coming on, man. I think we drafted some great teams and I had a fun time.
Yeah, man, it was a pleasure. I'd love to do it again sometime. I gotta have you on again. So sorry about the camera technical problems. I should have tried to get on and set it up earlier than the last 10 minutes, and then I was like, well, I can't let you down. Let's try and figure it out. But
hey, it's all good.
Fun.
I think the people still enjoyed.
Glad I can offer some contributions at least.
Appreciate it. And yeah, we'll definitely have to find a time for me to come on your channel. And yeah, thanks again. Thanks everyone for watching. Leave a like, subscribe. 100 pull-up, 100 subscriber stream tomorrow. That'll be a ton of fun. And see how that goes.
Sweet, man. Peace out.
All right, man. Thank you everyone for watching. Take care. I love you. Joy is beautiful. And stream. Hey, damn it. Hey, down. Hey, buddy. Yo. Oh, oh, dude, I just fell off my stool too. Yo, what a way to end this stream. Okay.